There's a new rulebook coming out for 40k, brilliant.
Sci-fi wargamers, helping you explore the hobby.
Greetings, hobby fans. My name's Marcel, and it's my mission to help you explore the hobby. So today was another of those massive, up-hyped previews from Games Workshop, and there were a lot of interesting things on show. There were some new games, there were some expansions, some new rulebooks, and some other exciting things. But before we dive in, I'd just like to remind you all to like and subscribe. That includes you, Gemma. Let's dive in and have a look.
Okay, so first out of the gates is the new book for the Horus Heresy, and after about 35 years or so it seems, we're finally onto book 9, known as Crusade. This will be concentrating on the Dark Angels versus the Night Lords in the Thramas sector, which contains new rules and extensive background for both legions, and also has the history of the Thramas Crusade itself. It also incorporates 4 narrative missions that, as Games Workshop says, let you recreate some of the fiercest battles between the Dark Angels and Night Lords. There'll also be rules for the Primarchs, I assume, Lionel Johnson and Conrad Kurz. But I think the main takeaway from this preview is the new Contekar Terminators. Elite butchers and killers, even by the murderous standards of the Night Lords. And I think these miniatures look fabulous. I might, if I was painting them myself, go for a more grimy, dingy, dark look instead of the Games Workshop heavy metal style, which is interesting that we've moved to an heavy metal style from the old Forge World painting style. But anyway, I digress. I think these look fantastic.
Subscribees!
And then we moved on to Necromunda with the new book, House of Iron, which apparently is an indispensable guide to the history of House Orlock, and includes all the rules you need to dominate your Necromunda campaigns. It has rules for new fighters, hired guns and hangers-on, and house-specific weapons and war gear. There's also a new plastic kit coming out for the Orlocks that adds 3 fighter types to Orlock gangs. Arms masters, who allegedly are champions who keep their gangers and juves in line with fear, respect, and a variety of deadly weapons. Wreckers are Orlock prospects who take on the most dangerous jobs and missions in an attempt to prove themselves to their fellow gang members, and they wear a jump booster, which to me looks suspiciously like the old grav chutes from the Elysian Drop Troop range back in the day, which have now been sadly discontinued, but after seeing this grav chute makes me have hope for more Elysians in the future. Elysians in the future. Hopefully plastic, and if they did do them, I will be buying them. Anyway, I digress again.
Commenties!
And there are also some plastic dogs, and no one can say there's too many dogs in Warhammer 40,000, and everyone wants another one. Everyone wants their own pet for their faction. There's a few people now who have their own faction pets, such as Ivrain and her Gyrinx, the Escher and their Phalanxes or Phalanxes, or however the hell you pronounce those, and now there's these Cyber Mastiffs for the Orlocks, which are fantastic. And then next up they showed off the new 6-armed, 7-eyed Necron chap, who is called a Hexmark Destroyer, and he appears to be an offshoot of the Death Marks for the Necrons. They're some sort of unit that phases in and out of reality, takes their shot and then phases back out. They're wimps, basically. They just hide. They hide, appear, and shoot you in the back. Scum. Anyway, I think this new model looks absolutely fantastic. And if I was into Necrons, this would be very high on my list. And then we have a controversial new addition, a couple of extra books for Warhammer 40,000. Now, Warhammer 40,000 9th edition has only been out for what appears to be about an hour, and yet there are already about 1,645 expansion books available, and I have to say, honestly, I haven't played 9th edition yet, but it's already looking intimidating. I do not know which books and rules I need anymore. All I want is my rulebook and my codex. I don't want anything else, so please stop releasing all these things until I'm ready and played a few games. Maybe in a couple of years we might need some expansion missions, but at the moment it's looking a bit intimidating. But this is for me personally, as you guys may disagree and you may want all these extra books, and if you do, let us know in the comments below, but always tell us why and your reasoning and justification either way. Anyway, the first one of these is a Crusade book, which I assume is some sort of campaign system for playing a specific Crusade in the Pariah Nexus. So if you're a Necron player or a Space Marine player, you might want to play this campaign, as it's very similar in theme to the new Indomitus boxed set. It also comes out with a new scenery set called Vertigus, or Vertigus. I don't know how to pronounce this one. Vertigus sounds like it's something up high to me, so I was expecting some sort of really high buildings or skyscrapers, but no, it's some pipes running along the floor. And if you wanted some extra pipes for your pipe kits, here are some more pipes. But I better pipe down. Anyway, so the next thing that I saw in here, well, the next thing is the Auto Choral Transmitter, which comes inside the box, which looks like an interesting Gothic archway type thing, which I assume is a transmitter, as the key is in the name. And obviously the other book is yet another chapter approved book, and this one appears to be to do with terrain, because we couldn't possibly put the terrain rules in the core rulebook for you. No, you have to buy an extra book for extra rules, and I have to admit I'm not interested in the slightest. However, if you are, let us know and tell us why. Enough about the books. So next up is the new Warcry game, Catacombs, which I have to say looks incredible. This looks brilliant. I really like the board down there. It looks like something from the old Hero Quest or Warhammer Quest days, with all those alleyways and rooms and the little archways between. And one thing I did notice is that it looks like the boards might be modular in some way, as these corridors definitely seem to go off the edges of the board. So if someone can tell me if I've missed something there, or if I'm just a fool and have looked at those incorrectly, then let us know. If not, I'm hoping there'll be some modular board sections coming out for that soon. And inside, there are two armies, or warbands I should say before someone gets angry, and these are the stealthy elves of the Khainite Shadowstalkers, which look fantastic with their purple misty capes and their whips and long pole arms. And they also come with, it also comes with the Scions of the Flame. And these are probably going to be famous for having one of the most popular new miniatures of our time inside, which is that samurai-looking chap with the flaming sword. I think they call that a flamberge or something like that. It looks like something from the Dark Souls video game series, which is no bad thing, because it was a very good video game series. The other miniatures in this warband are not really my cup of tea, although they may be yours. However, the young lady with what appears to be a pogo stick and a flaming... what is that? Stick? Looks fantastic. I like that one. Also, the hats. The helmets nowadays appear to be very spiky on a lot of these miniatures. Did this all coincide with Hela from Thor 3, Ragnarok? Because she had a rather large helmet, didn't she? I'm interested to know what came first, Warhammer big helmets or Hela's big helmet? So anyway, you can turn the board upside down and play a standard game, which I think adds to the value of this set. And then after that, we have a new upgrade for the Warhammer Underworlds game. I say upgrade, I may mean new edition. I think they call it a new season. And this one is called Direchasm. Oh, Direchasm, sorry. Yes, if you want to have a Direchasm, then you buy this set. They should have called it Direchasm, as it does have some Slaanesh elements inside it. We don't know much about those at the moment, although there is a big pink man and another person wearing pink robes and massive purple balloon pants, and those Slaanesh images get me very excited. There's also an owl on the man's hand, so people are happy about that. I think he's one of the Lumineth, the new elves faction, who also wear ridiculously sized helmets. And apparently everyone's been asking for a Seraphon or Lizardman themed warband for Underworlds, and apparently they're coming, and the first miniature you can see is an Ottopatl or a chameleon skink. So the Seraphon are coming to Warhammer Underworlds and will make most of you very happy apparently. Is there a Warhammer Underworlds warband that you're waiting for in particularly? If so, let us know and tell us why. We always need to know why. And then apparently Games Workshop thought they wanted to get in on the PUBG Fortnite Warzone Battle Royale action. So Games Workshop, are bringing out their own version, the Arena Mortis. Not Zone Mortalis, but Arena Mortis, which apparently is like a 6-man one-on-one battle when you will probably fight to the last. And then you will be the winner chicken dinner, or whatever they call it nowadays. I'm too old to know these phrases. But this comes with a very basic looking board, and this just looks like a little throwaway game to me. But it's all new stuff, so it might come with something new and something interesting. And then next up, something which has my eye, is the Shadow and Pain board game set, which appears to be a reboxing of Age of Sigmar, but includes 2 different factions. This time the Daughters of Khaine, which are an awesome looking faction, and the Hedonites of Slaanesh, which is also an awesome faction. And they come with 2 exclusive new leader models, one of which looks awesome, and the other one looks pretty good, I'd say. I think the Slaanesh man looks awesome. I like his attire. I think that looks fantastic. The colour scheme on this one is spot on, I think. That breastplate symbol with the petaled armour, I think, looks fantastic. So 10 out of 10 Games Workshop for the design of this one. And his name, by the way, is unknown. Okay. But leading the Daughters of Khaine is Melusai Ironscale, and she is a snake lady, and she has one of the longest staffs in the game, and one of the most easily broken miniatures in the game, I would say, looking at that. However, it does look pretty damn good. I like the scenic base, I like the way she's coiled around that broken pillar, but I don't like her face mask. Can she just have her face out, please? I guess it would be an easy head swap, but then again you would lose all that hair and again the massive helmet. I want to know who's polishing all these helmets. Who is the main helmet polisher in Age of Sigmar? But I guess maybe I'd do a head swap and that would suffice. And then apparently there's a new book called Morathi, which people are saying is the new psychic awakening side of Age of Sigmar, heralding the beginning of a new edition. And this came alongside some fantastic new artwork, including a battle between the Deepkin and the Daughters of Khaine, a picture of Slaanesh escaping from his prison, and some boats. They do look like marvellous pieces of artwork in their own right, and all of them are probably wallpaper desktop worthy.
So I want to know what you think was the best thing that came out of the show. Was it the Contekar Terminators? Was it the Necron with 6 eyes and 7 guns, or 7 guns and 6 eyes? Or was it the Beastgrave new season? Perhaps it was the Orlock Necromunda game. Whatever it was, let us know in the comments below. If you want to see more event coverage, then you can click the playlist up here somewhere. As always, thank you very much for watching, and always remember to drill your barrels.